You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. Good day, sir. How are you?
Happy Friday there.
Yeah, happy Friday to you.
Friday.
Excited. Again.
Halfway through the month.
Yeah, no kid.
I don't know. This time is going. It's like, yes, just the other day was 2021. Now it's 2022. It's crazy.
Time marches on. It's all made up, though.
It kind of is.
Just totally invented. Kind of like Dow Jones Industrials. Made up. Who's having birthdays today? So glad you asked. Apollo Creed is 74.
Oh, nice.
Actor Carl Weathers.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's in Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3. Part of Rocky 4 till Drago killed him.
Yeah.
Boy,
that was sad.
that was a game changer.
It really was.
Darn Drago guy killing Apollo Creed.
That was not nice of him.
Yeah, I was grabbing tissues. James Todd Smith is 54 today.
James Todd Smith.
LL Cool J.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was his name.
That's why I'm here. I dig deep.
I like that. I appreciate that.
An episode of Casey Kasem where he was introducing him and a new singer, LL Cool J. It just sounded so funny the way he said it.
He's the whitest white guy on the planet.
And music now from
funny.
LL Cool J.
Well, think about Dick Clark. He never really did have like that street cred hip type beat. He was just Dick Clark.
That's right.
Dick Clark. Casey was kind of the same way. They never really got too cool, but they were awesome in their own right.
I'm convinced Dick Clark was just kind of made in a laboratory.
Yeah, kind of.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never changed. Interesting. And save the best for last here, John, because I know you've wanted to get a pair of tickets to the Brodeo with this guy.
Who's that?
Jason Bateman.
Oh, I like Jason
I love Jason Bateman.
John really loves
He does.
You guys took it way out of context.
He does, yeah.
So what I said he is a guy who back like in Teen Wolf 2 and stuff, he was a nice looking fella, but he was kind of awkward. But he is more attractive today than he was back then. So I just mentioned that casually.
He's more attractive today than he was.
He is. And then Dan and Heidi are over here telling people. So then I literally go to a meeting, and the first thing the guy says at the meeting is, "Do you want to call me Jason?"
You can call me Jason Bateman.
They called
if
ahead
you want
and told him, "Hey, just so you know, John's got a thing for Jason Bateman. You should bring that up." Like, I don't have a thing for him.
No, I think you do.
See what I put up with here, people.
Even still, he's blushing. Look at him; he's all blushing.
If you went to Jason Bateman's house, you'd be met by a guy in a suit and a camera crew, and they'd say, "Take a seat right over there." Take a seat right over there.
What's he doing here? Got a package of Pop Rocks. What's that?
Jason is 53 today.
Nice. I'll wish him a happy birthday.
Let's go backwards in time here. It was 1981. The Federal Communications Commission frees radio stations to air as many commercials an hour as they wish.
And some stations took that literally. There are a few
but
right
up to
here
that
in
point,
town.
stations were actually locked into. They could use so many minutes an hour.
What year was that?
1981.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was ever a cap on how many commercials.
There sure were. And for some reason, I want to say 12 minutes an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not exactly sure, but...
We only do 7 minutes of commercials an hour on Sunny, and there are some stations in town who do 4 times that many.
Yep.
Yeah, it unleashed the beasts is what it did. But hey, people got to make a buck, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
It was 1954.
Going wrong.
1954 this day, and gosh, this would bode large in my life years after the fact. 1954, the Hudson Motor Company merges with Nash Corporation to form American Motors Corporation. AMC.
Yeah, they came out with the Pacer, the Gremlin,
the Matador,
Javelin.
the Javelin.
Yeah,
That
the
was
Jeep.
the poor man's muscle car.
The original Jeep was from AMC, wasn't it?
Actually, they took over on that. The Jeep had been around for years, but I owned a 1971 AMC Gremlin.
Nice. My brother had a Gremlin. My dad had a Pacer. A friend of mine had a Javelin. The seats in that thing folded flat, so it was like a queen-size bed.
Oh, everything they turned out was total junk. It was amazing.
No, it was interesting though. I'm like, what a cool idea.
You know, the Pacer hit, and it kind of looked like a fishbowl,
like a big bathtub.
I think
on wheels.
there's still at least one on the streets here in Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
And when you see it, you just absolutely have to look at it.
The yellow one. There's a yellow one that looks really cool.
But when they came out, they just went like crazy. People were lining up around the block with the dealers to buy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so AMC, which...
And I think one of the things that helped the Pacer a lot was a little movie called Wayne's World, because when that came out, they drove a Pacer in that movie, and then there was like a spike in people buying Pacers again.
Yeah, which again, I can't stress enough, total garbage. It was 1794, and I want you to try to wrap your head around this. Say you are this couple, okay? 1794, Dr. Jesse Bennett of Edam, Virginia, performs the first successful cesarean section baby delivery operation in the United States on his wife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not letting John anywhere near me with a scalpel. That ain't happening.
Well, in all fairness, I am not a doctor, so, that probably...
Can you imagine that conversation?
Oh, my God.
Was there a reason why?
Going to have to cut it out, honey.
Is there a reason why?
Was there a reason why they did that? Like,
Well,
hey, you got to have an idea.
No, I'm sure it wasn't just because they were bored. I'm sure there was an issue of some kind.
You don't know.
You don't know. I mean, the guy could have been insane. I don't know.
But from what I gather, things worked out just fine. And that was 1794.
That's a while ago.
Insane.
So, wow, there you go. I know, you know, we all know. And we can take a little break here, and John can call Jason Bateman and say, happy birthday, brother.
I'm going to do that. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by the Snow Jam Comedy Festival. And if you'd like tickets to come to the event next week, you can find that and all of the information about the event next week at snowjamcomedyfest.com.
Aloha! Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? GMDvacations.com is a family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Kauai, Hawaii. Your family will absolutely love the area, and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can have your own area at a vacation rental from GMDvacations.com? Visit Hawaii with us and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. On Facebook and Instagram, online at GMDvacations.com.
Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture. We're going to brighten your day right now with not one, but 2 comics who are going to join us for a special event coming up next week. We've got the Snow Jam Comedy Festival, and we're going to start with Cody Ulrich. He's a comedian that'll be in Sioux Falls next week. Cody, how are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's cold out here, but I doubt it's as cold as it is out there.
Now, where are you right now? Because you're kind of like out on a tour, right?
No, I'm currently in Denver. I'm sitting in a hotel in Broomfield, Colorado.
Well, we are excited to have you in a hotel in Sioux Falls, South Dakota next week for the Snow Jam Comedy Festival. Do you do quite a few comedy festivals?
Yeah, absolutely. The most recent one I was on, it's obviously been a little crazy in recent years, so many have been canceled, but it was High Plains Comedy Festival out in Denver, Colorado. That's our big one. We've had, over the years, folks like Maria Bamford, David Cross, and several other people run that, or not run that, but headline it. It is run by Adam Caton Holland, who is kind of one of our local heroes around here, and
Nice.
And that's typically a great time.
Well, we are excited to have you join us in Sioux Falls for the Snow Jam Comedy Festival. Over 250 people submitted videos, which is a record for this festival, and you are one of the folks that'll be here. We're excited to have you here.
Yeah, I was very excited to get the email. Well, a lot of times in these festival circuits, you'll send out tape. It's a whole grueling process, and it's kind of like applying for colleges, where you may get a lot of rejection letters. But when you get good ones, that's always exciting.
Well, we are excited to have you here next week. Have you been to Sioux Falls, South Dakota before?
Never. I've seen some pictures. It looks like you guys have like a big river running through the middle of it.
Yeah, we do. We've got a river going right through the town, and then that's where the falls are. That's where the name comes from.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be out there. I was looking at the temperatures from the same dates last year, and it looks like in the night it was dropping into about -9.
It sounds about right.
Yeah, well, it'll be a good time for people to maybe stay inside and watch some comedy shows.
Absolutely. And we're excited to have you here. Thank you for being a part of the festival, and I look forward to meeting you when you're in town.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited.
Again, Cody is just one of the many comics who will be in Sioux Falls next week for Snow Jam Comedy Festival. Another comic who will be here next week is Tyler Corbine. Tyler, how are you, man?
Hey, Good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Now, where are you from? You're from South Dakota, right?
Yeah, I'm from Rapid City.
Very cool. So you're used to this weather that we're going to have for the festival next week. How long have you been performing stand-up comedy, Tyler?
Oh, for about 5 or 6 years now.
And what was it that first got you interested in doing this?
It's just been something that I've always kind of seen going on in my life. Always used to watch a lot of Comedy Central, so seeing like the Chappelle Show and the Chappelle stand-up and all the different kinds of stand-up comedy shows that they had on those, and I thought, wow, those guys seem good.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that.
That is really cool. And would you say those are kind of your influences then, like Dave Chappelle?
Oh, like Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Ray Romano, pretty much anybody who was big in the early 2000s. That was kind of what I ended up watching.
That is really, really cool. And those are all very, very funny folks. So what kind of comedy, if people were going to kind of say this is the style of humor that you have when you're on stage, what would you say that is? Is it like their humor?
A little bit. I mean, I try to be a little edgy, but not so much as those guys. Mine's a little bit more storytelling centric, kind of a little more longer form stuff. I try to keep things kind of like grounded to tell about like the things that happen to me or the way that I see things in like story kind of driven comedy.
That is really cool. Well, we're excited to see you in Sioux Falls. Now, you've probably been to Sioux Falls before, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've performed at Boss Comedy Club down there.
That is awesome. Well, we're excited to have you back. And is this your first time being in the Snow Jam Comedy Festival?
It is.
Well, we are excited to see you here next week. And again, if people would like to find you online, is there a place they can find you and follow you for your comedy stuff?
Well, I got my website, TylerCorbine.com, TylerCorbine. A lot of folks forget the E. But I do there. I have an Instagram under Tyler Corbine and a Twitter account under Tyler Corbine where I occasionally post stuff.
Very cool. Well, I look forward to meeting you next week. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Again, Tyler and Cody, who we heard from earlier, are two of the 30-plus comics who will be in Sioux Falls next week helping to raise money for the South Dakota Special Olympics. It's Snow Jam Comedy Festival, 6th annual event. Come join us. All the details at snowjamcomedyfest.com.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. This is a great quote from Wayne Gretzky and from Michael Scott. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and it's free. Take a shot. We may be able to save you money each and every month. We'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Friday?
Came across kind of a fun little article in Redbook. You guys subscribe to Redbook?
I used to.
Of course.
I love my
I never miss
subscription
an issue.
I do. Well, I like to clip the recipe. But they just have a list of things, and it's basically under the heading of stuff your parents' home likely had that you don't.
Okay.
That you don't. And it was kind of fun. It's kind of a little retro memory
This will
thing.
be
I
interesting.
can think of about 5 things right now.
Yeah, as we're going back, let's say we're just heading back 30, 40, 50 years on this.
Okay.
Shag carpeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody had shag
I
carpeting.
had red shag carpet in my bedroom.
Yeah, and it had to be some obnoxious color, too.
We had blue in the different bedroom.
We went with the lime green in the rec room.
That was in a different room, yeah.
Answering machines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Used to be fun. Used to love leaving the message on those. The
Oh, yeah.
recording.
Back in the day, it was a cassette tape, and then they went
Yes.
digital. Now they don't even exist anymore.
Nope. Boy, I remember this. My friend Butch's parents had this. Sunken living rooms.
Oh, yeah.
I still think those
Were a
are
big-
cool.
They
though.
can be.
I like those.
So I wonder why that
I
was
would
a big
build,
deal.
I would
'Cause
build
it
one of
was.
those again.
But I wonder what the point was
It
of
was
that.
just a popular
Yeah,
design
I
thing
still
back
think
then
I
for
still
homes.
think they're neat.
I don't think many homes go up now with that.
No.
We stayed at a place in Wisconsin that had a sunken living room, but it wasn't designed that way. It was just falling into the ground.
Whole different deal. A couple of items out of the kitchen. Boy, I remember these. My mom had both. Hand mixers.
Oh, yeah.
Little
have a
mixer
hand
with a
mixer.
little hand crank on the side.
Oh,
not
no, that's
talking
not what I'm
electric
thinking
here.
of, yeah.
It said, yeah, you crank that thing
Hand
along
mixer.
with and everybody had fondue pots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those are coming back.
Neighbors are coming over for fondue.
Another kitchen gadget you don't see, electric can openers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right.
And you used to sit on the counter all the time. Yeah, you don't see them much.
No kidding.
The fondue thing is kind of coming back, but I think they call it something else now.
Maybe, yeah. I saw an article not too long ago on that. It's just something about melty cheese and putting chunks of bread in it on a skewer.
But I was like, that's
That's
fondue.
some classy stuff.
Yeah.
Striped wallpaper.
Oh, yeah, we had that.
Oh, my mother's bathroom. Black and white striped wallpaper.
We had some weird pattern. It was like paisley. And if you looked at it just right, there was one part that kind of looked like an insane, crazy clown.
Along with floral print sofas.
That's what I was just going to say. The
everybody-
brown,
the brown ones,
and
yeah.
orange floral print
Everybody
sofas.
had one of those.
And then let's I remember this stuff too. A cabinet filled with porcelain collectibles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a
My
big
mother
deal.
still has those, I think.
How about lovely textiles in your toilet, for instance, covering your toilet tank?
Covering the toilet
yeah.
seat
Toilet
and the
tank,
rug
toilet
directly
seat,
underneath
and the matching
it.
rug.
Yeah.
Gross.
What's
Yeah.
that all about?
So gross.
Holy
Why
cow.
we did that?
China
Cute.
hutches.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Those were a big deal. Sewing machines and sewing tables.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, the last one I saw was, as my mom didn't do any of that stuff. The original search engine. Set of encyclopedias.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I built a bookshelf for our encyclopedias.
Yeah, we had them. That's for darn sure. And my favorite, because this used to be kind of a status thing when you'd go to somebody's house. How elaborate was it, and what do you think they paid for it? Ashtrays.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Ashtrays.
There's some cool ones.
That was an industry all its own.
Yeah.
I'll bet that industry's really suffering now because you don't ever even see ashtrays for sale hardly ever anymore.
I'm surprised that they haven't kind of hit a collector's type market thing.
There probably is.
They probably are.
Yeah.
Because I can remember some in my parents' house that were just elaborate.
And there were bars that would give out ashtrays that had like advertisements on them.
Oh, yeah, they were like swag.
Yeah, those were kind of, because I had some collectible things like that.
Matches, ashtrays,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Well, that's cool stuff,
That
Dan.
was very interesting.
Thank
Dan.
you.
Two of
Wow.
the things that I'm
Heidi liked it.
I'm
I
thinking,
liked it.
I'm glad that this was not on the list. I'm glad radio was not on the list because I still have one of those in my house. But there are some people who don't. But the good news is if you live in a house without a radio, you can still listen. Just talk to your little Alexa machine and say, play Sunny Radio.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, you don't hit too many houses anymore that have record players, although
Right.
albums and vinyl have made a comeback. So.
And then this thing I'm pointing
sure
at here,
have.
the telephone, because a lot of people don't
Oh,
have
yeah,
a landline
landlines.
anymore.
Yeah.
They have,
landlines
That's
hanging on the
another
wall
one
in the
that's
kitchen.
kinda gone, yeah.
Yep.
and I might be letting this one go here because I might switch over to some digital thing. So
Yeah, we'll see.
crazy stuff. Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it, guys. Happy
You-
Friday. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you have a great weekend as well. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by the Snow Jam Comedy Festival. And if you'd like tickets to come to the event next week, you can find that and all of the information about the event next week at snowjamcomedyfest.com.
In the U.S., there are 5 credit cards for every man, woman, and child. That's a lot of credit cards. And sadly, many of those are not great cards. At bettercreditcards.com, our mission is to help you get a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer points and perks. Other cards designed to help you build your credit. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, January 14th, 2022. The tug of war between bulls and bears continued Thursday with the bears winning out. The rising tide of fear that is driven by inflation and the FOMC's rapidly accelerating timeline for interest rate hikes has the market on edge. While rising interest rates are a sign of economic expansion, and it's very, very early in the rate hiking cycle, there are those who think the FOMC is behind the curve and will raise rates at a much faster pace than seen before. The latest look at the CME FedWatch tool shows the market is pricing in at least a 50% chance of 4 interest rate hikes by the end of the year. Based on this week's CPI and PPI data, we think the first hike will be at least 50 basis points or worth half of the 4 hikes outlook. As for the S&P 500, it looks like the market could head lower, but earnings season begins today, and that could change the entire mood on Wall Street. You can get the inside track in your inbox at marketbeatminute.com.